Somebody asked me this morning to help them understand the debate over birthright citizenship in the U.S. As always, we start with the Constitution. The applicable part of the 14th Amendment says that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. What is the context here? This ongoing debate over birthright citizenship in the United States is over the 14th Amendment's application to children who are born here in this country to parents who, at the time of their birth, were illegally in the United States. The White House and those that oppose birthright citizenship contend that in such a case, the 14th Amendment does not confer birthright citizenship, and they make their arguments based on the original intent of the amendment's drafters. They argue that subject to the jurisdiction thereof excludes those that are here illegally, that the framers of the 14th Amendment never meant by the language to include births to parents where there was an unauthorized entry into the country. Additionally, the critics of birthright citizenship, they raise a number of policy arguments, including that it incentivizes birth tourism, that it incentivizes illegal immigration, and the U.S. taxpayer-funded resources for things like education and in the area of healthcare. Those who argue in favor of birthright citizenship, on the other hand, contend that the framers' intent of the clause, subject to the jurisdiction thereof, includes everyone born in the U.S. except for diplomats and enemy soldiers. They say that birthright citizenship can ensure that we have fairness and equity under law and that nobody will end up stateless. They argue that it furthers diversity in the American system. They also put forth some other policy interests and arguments that it reduces administrative issues with regard to trying to figure out the complex issues that arise with regard to a parent's legal status, because the parent then can become a citizen as well. If this case gets to the U.S. Supreme Court, both sides of these arguments are going to be made there, and I imagine an additional thing will occur, and that is that the court will look to the historical context to help them understand what this phrase in the 14th Amendment means. That is, they're going to look to the reason it was passed in the first place, and that was to free slaves after the world intended.